Jai Shri Gurudev Nityali Nishta Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajacharya Bari Ashtottara Satashi Srimad Bhakti Vaibhav Gauri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nityali Pravishto Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajacharya Bari Ashtottara Satashi Srimad Bhakti Sadhakuni Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Bari Ashtottara Satashi Shlobhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai Suparshada Saparikari Sagoshti Shri Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai Shri Vishva Vaishnava Raja Sabha Ki Jai Shri Rupananga Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai Shri Panchatattvatmakam Gaura Hari Ki Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhana Ki Jai Shri Shalagrama Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai Jai Shri Sarva Vigna Vinasana Kari Shri Nishingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai Jai Bhakta Pravara Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Shri Kshatrapal Gopishwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ji Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Gaudya Mat Ki Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mission Ki Jai Mula Mata Kararaj Mat Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai Shri Bhuvana Mangala Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai Param Puja Pad Shla Bhakti Sudhir Santa Maharaja Ki Jai Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande. So any specific question or what we will discuss is something to discuss, is something what is going on, and some topic would you like to discuss or share with anyone. Today is also Disappearance Day of one very great devotee of Bhakti Siddhanta, disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His name is Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj. So I think we have here a book about him. He was very special personality, very qualified person, and he helped a lot to build Chaitanya Mat, original Mat of Bhakti Siddhanta. He was Grihastha devotee. He had one daughter, and when he married this daughter, he found a husband for her. He came with wife in temple, and they both surrendered to Prabhupada. They told, now we are belongs to you. So Srila Prabhupada, because they are senior devotees, already they decide to make Vanaprastha. So Srila Prabhupada arranged special house for his wife, and he was staying with brahmacharis in ashram. So later on he got sannyas. His original name, family name is Atula Chandra, and they are coming from very high Brahmin family. So we can read something from this book, but I heard about his biography from one sadhu who spoke about him in the time when Prabhupada was there. Actually, this sadhu, he told that once Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, he was traveled from one place to another, and he was stopped on one railway station, and there was delay of train. So Atula Chandra Prabhu, he was one of main officer in this railway station. So somewhere from window he saw Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada was not ordinary person, that he is not some, how to say, ordinary sadhu. He saw that such beautiful person, effulgent person, is shiny person, you know. So he came down from office and he approached Srila Prabhupada and he invited him in office to take rest because train was delayed. Then Srila Prabhupada, he went there, and Srila Atula Chandra Prabhu, he actually in the heart immediately surrendered to Prabhupada because he was so fascinated by spirituality, by purity of Bhakti Siddhanta. It was very fascinating. So he invited Srila Prabhupada in his own house. Then Prabhupada went there and he gave him Harinam and he gave also to his wife, and they both initiated by Prabhupada and all. So when he heard actually that Prabhupada will build this mat, Chaitanya mat, he started to collect a lot of Lakshmi. I heard that time was monthly salary for one worker, 1 rupee. This 1 rupee was so high that time, so high. But he, Atula Chandra Prabhu, he was able to collect 50 rupees per month from different places to bring, you know, in the mat and offer to Bhakti Siddhanta. 50 rupees means like 50 salaries of ordinary people. And also he went from company to company who producing building material and everything. He was collecting bricks, he was collecting material and everything for mat, to build the mat. So he was very dear to Prabhupada, very qualified. I heard his English was such standard of English that even better than English people. So he spoke such eloquent English. Later on, when Prabhupada sent him in London, it was, I think, 30, we will hear, 35 or something like this, 4 or 5, I don't know. He used to go and preach in the London, in UK. That time he was one of the first preachers Prabhupada sent him in the West, much more before then Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada came. So there was 3 persons sent by Srila Prabhupada. One was he, Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj. Another one is Srila Bhakti Hridoy, Bon Goswami Maharaj. And one old Tirtha Maharaj, I think he is Bhakti Pradip Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. This Srila Bhakti Pradip Tirtha Maharaj, I heard, he was initiated by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Later on, he got sannyas from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. He was most senior and he was also very learned person. So we can read a little bit because of this, it is described. I don't know if it's all same pastimes, but here is some biography of him. One of those significant personalities who appeared to assist Srila Prabhupada in his mission appeared on the 3rd February 1888 in the village of Patrasaya or Bankura district, West Bengal. He was born in high-class Brahmana Bandhopadhyay family. His father Ramachandra Bandhopadhyay and his mother Srimati Gyananda Sundari Devi were both spiritually inclined. They named their newborn son Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay. His parents worshipped their family deities Sri Sri Radha Shyamasundar on daily basis in their home. Since childhood, Atul Chandra was attentive towards his parents' ritualistic practice of worship. According to Bengali tradition, at 6 months before feeding a child with first grains, a test is done to determine the child's future inclination. A plate is arranged with various items, coins, gold, durva grass, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, dry mud, and colorful pregnant flower, and placed in front of the child. The item that the child reaches for first is an indication of the child's inherent nature. When this plate was put in front of Atul Chandra, the baby grabbed the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. After the incident, many scholarly persons expressed their opinions that this baby would be a great saint in the near future. Atul Chandra was meritorious student in his reputed village school. In his youth, he paid obeisances to his parents and to his grandmother every day. By their blessing, Atul Chandra realized the essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as the other authentic scriptures. Since childhood, he was generous in helping the poor and destitute. When Atul Chandra was in college, he arranged a religious debate among students. In that debate, some glorified Gyan, some glorified karma, and some glorified austerity and yoga. According to the Lord's arrangement, Atul Chandra was the last speaker. He defeated everybody's logic and established Bhakti as the supreme path to attain the Supreme Lord and to deliver oneself from the miserable material condition that plagues us. In the year 1910, an international conference was arranged in his college to discuss various philosophies. Therein Atul Chandra gave magnificent lesson in the English about devotional philosophy. In the audience, amongst others, there was railway commissioner who was extremely happy hearing his talk. After receiving his degree in 1910, Atul Chandra was appointed by the railway department an engineer in Dhanbad, Jharkhand. Coincidentally, the railway superintendent was a person named Atul Chandra Datta. While serving in Dhanbad, Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay met with a disciple of Srila Prabhupada named Professor Nishikanta Sanyal. Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay, Atul Chandra Datta, and Professor Nishikanta Sanyal had daily discussion about spirituality. During these discussions, Professor Nishikanta Sanyal frequently spoke of the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Once Atul Chandra Datta and Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay decided to visit Chaitanya Mat in Mayapur to meet with Srila Prabhupada. It was a hot summer day and they reached Sri Chaitanya Mat about 14, like 2 o'clock afternoon. Vinod Da, later known as Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, greeted both of them, asked them to fresh up and then arrange for them to honor prasad. After lunch, Vinoda took them to meet Srila Prabhupada in his bhajan kuti. Both of them were completely mesmerized, seeing Srila Prabhupada's holy form and decided to stay a few days to listen Srila Prabhupada's ecstatic description of Bhakti. Day by day, Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay was becoming more and more inclined toward renunciation. His mother, out of fear, arranged his marriage. Although he got married, his mood was like Raghunath Das Goswami, inclined toward renunciation and devoting his life to spirituality and Srila Prabhupada's mission. At the time, upon request from Professor Nishikanta Sanyal and Atul Chandra Datta, Srila Prabhupada came to Dhanbad. They hosted Srila Prabhupada in the railway quarters of Atula Chandra Bandhopadhyay. There Srila Prabhupada gave attractive discourse on the benefit of chanting the holy name Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the Kali Yuga. During this trip, several railway officers, along with Atul Chandra Bandhopadhyay, took initiation from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada gave Atula Chandra Bandhopadhyay the name Sri Aprakrita Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu. After initiation, whenever he was on leave from his work, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu spent as much time as possible with Srila Prabhupada. Also, when his office hours were completed, he would go and collect alms from various reputed householders for the service of Sri Chaitanya Madh, his Gurudev's mission. Once in 1919, Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Swarup Parvat Goswami Maharaj went to Dhanbad to collect donation for the construction of devotee quarters at Sri Chaitanya Madh in Mayapur. Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu hosted them, and after hearing the desire of Srila Prabhupada from them, felt blessed for the service opportunity. He took them to coal mine manager, who upon hearing the request of Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu, gave 5 wagons full of coal. The coal will be used in the preparation of the bricks used to construct the devotee quarters. At the age of 32, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu resigned from his work and came to the lotus feet of his Gurudev at Ultadhingi Junction Road, Calcutta, with his entire provided fund. Seeing his service attitude and spiritual scholarship, Srila Prabhupada gave him title Bhakti Shastri Mahopadeshak, highly qualified spiritual instructor, and Prauda Seva Adhikari, experienced servitor. Srila Prabhupada appointed him to become the main editor of Weekly Gaudiya magazine. On 15 August 1925, Srila Prabhupada established an editorial board for all Gaudiya publication called the Gaudiya Sampadak Mandali and appointed Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu as the chairman. For 16 years, from 1920 to 1936, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu served as the chief editor of the Weekly Gaudiya magazine. Once Srila Prabhupada was unhappy because a scholar criticized Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Srila Prabhupada sent Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu to that scholar, and he completely defeated the criticism of the scholar. The scholar accepted his defeat and surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. Another time, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu was physically unwell, but it was the day of Nagar Sankirtan program. Srila Prabhupada asked him, "Are you physically well?" Immediately, to satisfy Prabhupada, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu said, "Yes." Srila Prabhupada said, "If we always engage our mind in serving the divine couple, the mind will be always healthy. If the mind is healthy, then the body will be also healthy. Through service of the divine couple, we are eligible to become free from material attachment. In this way, having gotten the rare human birth, one gains spiritual power through serving Sri Guru and Vaishnava. Through that power, all obstacles will pass away. On 1st November 1936, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu boarded a ship, the Phoenix, from Colombo, Sri Lanka to London. On 4th November 1936, on the way to London, he had a vision of Srila Prabhupada in the sky. Srila Prabhupada said, "Your preaching in the West will be extremely successful. The mercy of Guru is everything." On 18 November, he reached London. Vadanananda Prabhu, who was a barrister by profession and a disciple of Srila Prabhupada and the brother of Srila Bhaktivilas Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, brought him to the Gaudiya Math at 3rd Gloucester House, London. In London, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu gave spiritual discourse in various prominent assemblies. He was very successful. However, during this time, Srila Prabhupada physically passed away. Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu returned to India on the 23rd September 1937. Upon his return, out of intense separation from Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Sharanga Prabhu decided to go back to his village to reside in solitary place. Seeing his condition, all his god brothers requested him to take sannyas initiation. On 20 March 1941, Bengali calendar 1347, at Tota Gopinath temple, in the presence of Srila Bhakti Vichar Jajabar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Gaura Vaikansa Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj, he took the vow of sannyas from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj and received the name Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj. Afterwards, Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj established a temple at Imlital in Vrindavan, the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat when he had visited Vrindavan. He also established temple at Karolbagh, Delhi, at Balurghat, Calcutta, and so on. In Sridham, Mayapur, he established Sri Gaur Nityananda temple at the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu met for the first time. On Tuesday, 26 May 1964, at his temple in Calcutta, Srila Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj entered into eternal pastime of Sri Sri Radha Govinda, leaving this material world behind. His samadhi was established in the presence of his god brothers at his Mayapur temple. So here is very short, actually short biography of him. But I heard when Srila Prabhupada sent him in the London, he was so successful. Actually, he always went to high class people to preach them. He met Queen of England that time. So when he applied for appointment with Queen, actually he applied request if they can arrange some meeting between Queen and him. So he went there. So she told, actually he can come only during my lunch. I have time only during the lunch. When I'm eating, he can speak. So she wanted a little bit show her arrogance, like he's Indian, a little low class, and while I'm eating, he can speak. But when he came there, he met her. and he started to speak. Then actually she couldn't stop to listen. He was so deep and he could explain this spirituality in such deep way that he was really fully impressed her, fully. Then one night he was in the town in London that time, so he saw actually that some nightclub, you know, people going where is nightclub, all are drunk and so on. So he entered inside and actually they didn't allow to him to go inside, firstly. But he was insist and these guards on the door, they allowed to him to enter inside. They told, okay, he is some funny Indian man who came there, you know, just, they will make some fun on him. But when he entered inside, there was music, some loud music, some people was singing, you know, something there, some lady dancing and so on. He entered and he found moment and he took microphone please, and he asked public, would you like to hear something about God? And you know, night bar, it is all are drunk and all this, you know, covered completely by Maya, you know. So some told yes, and he spoke 10 minutes just. So while he was spoke, actually he got attention of majority of people, you know. Then he asked, would you like to hear more? They told yes. And he said, I will speak now about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the London, in the nightclub, where is Maya fully presented there, he started to speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So once he also was spoke in the park where some students and young people was there. So when he was spoke, then one student asked him, you speaking about God, could you show us God? Can you show us who is God? He told, yes, I can do. I can. Then he went back in his room where he was sleeping, and he was really realized what he thought. Oh, how I will show them God. They have no eyes to see God. But I'm told them have something happen, something must happen. So he was begging Prabhupada, he was crying for Prabhupada mercy, what to do. So when he went out of the room, he went again in the park, and under one tree, he saw these self-manifest, these 4 arms Vishnu deities, Vasudeva. So he took this deity, Vasudeva deity, 4 small deity, 4 arms. He realized actually this is arrangement of Bhakti Siddhanta, that something came. So he took these deities. When he came there on this meeting, next day, he showed this is God. Then this sadhu who spoke about this, he said he was create this moment, was create such energy, such strong energy that people was crying. They didn't know what is going on with their own life. This just some mercy came there and they could all experience something very spiritually. So after him, in the London, I think is still some branch there, what is called Vasudeva Gaudiya Math is there. And this deity, I don't know what happened if they took him in India or it is still in the London, I really don't know, I forgot. But I heard that this moment was so, how to say, so
spiritual,
so powerful, you know, powerful to see these deities of there. So Prabhupada liked him so much because he was really dedicated soul, completely dedicated soul. And he was so qualified even when he was in Mat, in Mayapur, that, like we heard here, new unexperienced devotee in temple, they don't know what to do, and they always came to him, please tell us what we should do, how to do, where to go, what is. He was so experienced that Prabhupada always was fully engaged him in this seva. He was never without service. So he was fully engaged in the seva. And he helped to many new devotee, and also he was respected by all senior God brothers because he was really qualified person. So he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Goswami Maharaj. And in the Mayapur there is Nandanacharya house where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, when they met first time. So this place was very, how to say, famous, and everyone wanted this place. But when this place was offered to Srila Bhakti Rakshakshidhar Goswami Maharaj, he told, no, I will not, but Sharanga Maharaj, he has to take. Then he took care of this mat, then he took care of Imlitala, where is in Vrindavan, when Mahaprabhu was sitting and looking on bank of Yamuna, on another side of Yamuna. So very important place. He got this place where Mahaprabhu and Nityananda met, and then he got Imlitala and another important place. But he was very simple. He was never, I heard that he was never after, how to say, name and fame and disciples and this. He was always introvert. He was very introvert inside. But by the order of God brothers, he also started to give initiation. He started to, because it was order of his God brothers. So this one picture is here of him. It is his picture. And I think here is also one picture when he is in sannyas, like this, really sannyas. He's a very powerful person. So on this day, I really, I'm begging for his causeless mercy, and I place my Shashtanga Dandavat from heart on his lotus feet. Shri Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Tirubhav Mahotsava ki Jai, Jai Shri Bhakti Sharanga Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande. I think we have still few minutes because Santa Maharaj is not ready. We can read one article from Bhakti Siddhanta. Always evergreen, always fresh. So one question is here, what does it mean to be happy? So Srila Prabhupada say, you see, on this question, so many answers can be given. What does means to be happy? So if you ask ordinary people what means happiness, they will give so many explanations. What is happiness? What means to be happy? But Srila Prabhupada say, by taking shelter of the spiritual master lotus feet, we become fearless, free of lamentation and happy. When we serve him, we gain his association. If we serve the spiritual master with body, mind and speech, we quickly attain his mercy. When he is pleased, we will find that our inclination to serve him progressively increase. This is the highest form of auspiciousness and the only gain. So you see, short but very deep formula, how to be happy. Happiness means, by taking shelter of the spiritual master lotus feet, we become fearless, free of lamentation and happy. So what means? You see, we are living fully in the fear. What will happen tomorrow? How this body will end? I will be sick, I will be old, I will be this and that. Constantly fear. And we cannot relieve from this fear. All the time some tension is coming. All the time, some problems, no peace of mind, no peace of heart, what will happen and all these things. But when we associate with Guru, Guru can make us realize so. When we realize that we are not body, that we are temporary body, anyway body will be taken away, but we will be ready to go out of this body. So this is self-realization. So this is all mercy of Guru. So when Guru he gives such knowledge, and when we realize actually we not need no any reason to be in anxiety, no reason to struggle, but it is sincere and serious task. It's really serious task. And how we are fortunate. You see, we came into touch with bona fide spiritual master. We have chance to perform seva. We have chance to become engaged in the service. And all this service, actually, it is bringing us more close and close to spiritual master. So one day we will see how to see Gurudev with another eyes. We will not see him like body. We will see him eternal associate of Supreme Lord, who is eternally engaged in the service to Supreme Lord. And we will see ourselves also spiritual soul, who is also eternal living beings. And he will introduce us in this service. Now we see differently, we see one man in front of us. But that time when we come on that level, on high level, we will not see him like this body, flesh and this and that, or some idea. We will see a person who is eternally engaged in service mode to Supreme Lord. And he will engage us in the service mode. So Gurudev, it is like he say here, those who are not initiated, it is considered like dead. It's dead. It's no life. He can get human form, he get everything, but this mercy that he get from Gurudev actually give fully life. And Gurudev is not ordinary person. So once our Guru Maharaj, Shramuni Maharaj used to speak often when he came in Vienna